My name is Bentinho, but everybody calls me Casmurro because of my quiet and reclusive habits. Let me explain the motives that put a pen in my hand. It was November 1857. I was about to enter the drawing room when I heard my name spoken and hid behind the door. My mother had promised to God if the second boy was born male, she would send me to the seminary. But the difficulty in the way was Capito, my neighbor and childhood friend. I remember the day when I caught her scratching on the wall. Before she could rub them out, I read these two names, Bento and Capitolina. I tried useless things to convince Mom to give up of the seminary, but as she said, the promise should be kept. We had a first kiss and made plans for the future. I left home for the seminary, hardly crying. There I met Escobar, who became a confidant and close friend. After 2 years, my mother gave up of the seminary, exchanging her promise to another. Escobar also left the seminary, but for a different reason. Later, he married to Sancha, Capito's best friend, and had a daughter called Capitolina. After the seminary, I left home again for studies and came back as a lawyer. We got married in a rainy March afternoon of 1865. Apart of my desire for a son, everything was going well. The relationship between our families was already set up. Ezekiel was growing up, along with my doubts. Escobar left Andaraí and moved away to Flamengo when died swimming, swept away by the waves. At the funeral, Sasha was so desperate, but Capito's eyes were so fixed on the body, like a widow without tears or cries. And now we are fighting constantly, and the solution found was travel to Europe. I left them in Switzerland and came back to Brazil. Ezekiel returned after years and told me that Capito was dead. 11 months later, Ezekiel also died in Jerusalem with typhoid fever. What about me? Well, none of these capricious creatures made me forget the love of my heart with her undertow eyes and gypsy look.